What is up, everybody? JT Dangerous here once again. I am back to do my Ring of Honor's Honor United Bolton 2019 predictions. Now, Honor United Bolton happens this Sunday, live and exclusively on Honor Club from the Bolton Whites Hotel in Bolton, England. Now, this card for this final event in this Honor United tour in Bolton is pretty stacked. We have 9 big matches with 2 titles on the line, so I am very excited to do my Honor United Bolton predictions for you guys, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, if you guys haven't checked out the 4 videos that I put up on the channel this past week, definitely go check them out if you haven't. This is the 5th and final video of the day, so I hope you guys will be able to watch all of these videos. Always show your support the channel by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, commenting your picks and your opinions in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, as a first time viewer, this is your first video, boy big to go, and if you're a huge fan of Ring of Honor like myself, and you're ready for this final Honor United event in Bolton, England. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerous. Welcome to the club, because this club is just 2. Whoop whoop! Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into these predictions. Now, if they do add any other matches to this card, which they probably will, I'll have them in the comment section down below, but I'm going to do the 9 big matches that have already been determined. Let's start off with the first matchup. It is a one-on-one showdown. On one side, he could be coming in as the new Ring of Honor World Television Champion. God, I hope not. He is the wrestler I hate the most in Ring of Honor in 2019. He is the self-proclaimed prestigious one, Joe Hendry. And his opponent is a former 2-time Ring of Honor World Television Champion. He will be accompanied by his partner, Josh the Goods Woods. And if you know his music, you know who I'm talking about. He is professional wrestling's last real man, Silas Young. Now, this is only the second one-on-one meeting between Joe Hendry and Silas Young. Silas Young won the last meeting all the way back of May of last year at Honor United in Edinburgh, Scotland, where Silas Young was then the Ring of Honor Television Champion, defeating a debuting Joe Hendry. So this is the much anticipated rematch. Now, starting off with Joe Hendry first, this is his chance to get some revenge, because that night in last year in Edinburgh, Scotland, that was his Ring of Honor debut. And the fact that he lost to Silas Young definitely has stuck with him. And the fact that he could have signed with Ring of Honor last year in 2018, but the fact that he signed with Impact Wrestling and see his career go down the drain dealing with Grotto and Catalina just shows how stupid Joe Hendry is in not signing with Ring of Honor a year ago and now signing with Ring of Honor now when his career is already over. There on your side, you have Silas Young looking to continue with the winning ways, looking to get back into the Ring of Honor Television title picture and the Ring of Honor World title picture with a big victory here. So coming from me in this one-on-one showdown, I'm going to go with professional wrestling's last real man, Silas Young, to defeat that singing idiot Joe Hendry by any means. And now the next matchup. It is a one-on-one first ever meeting. On one side, he is an international star. He is Flamita. And his opponent is making his Ring of Honor debut. He is known as Speedball Mike Bailey. Now, this matchup was originally supposed to be Speedball Mike Bailey versus Bandito, but with Bandito's injury at Death Before Dishonor, and he's going to be out for 7 weeks, Ring of Honor thought of a good replacement, and Flamita is one hell of a good replacement. And I think this matchup could be definitely good. Now, the one thing I don't know a lot about is Speedball Mike Bailey. I'm very interested in what he can bring to Ring of Honor in his Ring of Honor debut. So, coming from me in this one-on-one first ever meeting between these two, this matchup can definitely go from 0 to 100 real quick. But coming from me, I'm going to go with Flamita to defeat Speedball Mike Bailey by any means. And now the next matchup. It is for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Starting off with the challenger. Now, the challenger has not yet been determined, but whoever the challenger is could be walking out as the new Ring of Honor Television Champion. And whoever this challenger is challenging the reigning and defending Ring of Honor World Television Champion. He is the heavy hitter himself, Shane Taylor. Now, this could be a very intriguing matchup, because the question is, who is Shane Taylor going to be defending the title against? It could be really anybody in Ring of Honor or somebody internationally. But this is a big opportunity for whoever gets this shot. There is already have Shane Taylor looking to continue his reign as the Ring of Honor World Television Champion. He's definitely establishing himself as a fighting Ring of Honor TV champion. And the fact that he's promoting himself in every Honor Club show, Honor Club television, and showing that, hey, Ring of Honor didn't have the balls to promote me, but I can promote myself as Shane Taylor Promotions. And I'm definitely damn proud of Shane Taylor for doing this, because the fact is that Ring of Honor didn't even advertise them as the Ring of Honor TV champion, didn't advertise them in matches during this whole year. And Shane Taylor did what he had to do. He had to buy out of his own Ring of Honor contract, become a free agent, and start Shane Taylor Promotions. And this is his third title defense in this Honor United tour. You talk about a fighting television champion. That's the big man, Shane Taylor. So coming from me in this matchup for the Ring of Honor Television Championship, I'm going to go with my man Shane Taylor to retain the Ring of Honor TV title by any means and defeat this mystery opponent. And now the next matchup. It is a huge tag team showdown. On one side, you have the team of one half of Aussie Open, Kyle Fletcher, and the Lucky Kid. And their opponents, both representing Villain Enterprises, consisting of the mercenary, the understudy Flip Gordon, and the leader of Villain Enterprises, and 1/3 of the Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Champions, a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and a former Ring of Honor Television Champion. And if you know his music, you know who I'm talking about. Whoop, whoop! Whoop, whoop! Whoop, whoop! He is the one true villain, Marty Scurll. Now, this was originally supposed to be Aussie Open facing off against Villain Enterprises, but with the injury to Mark Davies, Ring of Honor had to replace him with the Lucky Kid. But I'm very excited to see what Fletcher and Kid can do as a tag team. They're two different styles, but I'm very excited to see what they can do against Villain Enterprises. There is how you have Villain Enterprises, the team of Marty and Flip. Flip Gordon's looking to get a big victory here. And on the other side, you have Marty Scurll looking to get maybe his last couple wins before being a free agent and a sought-after free agent for All Elite Wrestling and NXT. But for sure, they are going to be losing those 6-man tag team titles during the November Ring of Honor shows for the Experience or Unauthorized. But the fact that Marty Scurll has been in Ring of Honor for 3 years and he never had a shot, he never had an opportunity to become Ring of Honor World Champion. And that's on Ring of Honor's fault, because Marty Scurll can be a champion in AEW for sure or in NXT, and that is a straight up fact. So coming from me in this tag team showdown, I'm going to go with Marty and Flip to defeat the team of Kyle Fletcher and the Lucky Kid by any means. And now the next matchup. It is a one-on-one first ever meeting. On one side, he is looking to get his biggest victory in his very young career. He is Rampage Brown. And his opponent is a former Ring of Honor World Champion. And if you know his music, you know who I'm talking about. He is Dalton Castle. Now, starting off with Rampage Brown first, this is a big opportunity for this youngster, a chance to knock off a former Ring of Honor World Champion. And if he can actually do that, that would be his biggest victory in his very young career. But it will not be easy. There is how you have Dalton Castle looking to get back into the Ring of Honor World title picture. We last saw him at an Honor Club show in that #1 contender tournament against PCO. He nearly won that matchup before losing to the French Canadian Frankenstein. But Dalton Castle is looking to get back into the world title picture, because if Rush is still the Ring of Honor World Champion as of right now, he's going to be wanting some revenge after his beatdown that Rush gave him at Summer Supercard in August, and he's looking to get a big one-on-one victory here. So coming from me in this one-on-one first ever meeting between these two, I'm going to go with Dalton Castle to defeat Rampage Brown by any means. And now the next matchup. It is another big tag team showdown. On one side, they are representing Villain Enterprises, and they are 2/3 of the reigning Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Champions, the team of the SoCal Monster Brodie King, and the #1 contender for the Ring of Honor World Championship at Final Battle in Baltimore. He is the French-Canadian Frankenstein, a man who is indeed not human, PCO. And their opponents, consisting of Ring of Honor's resident submission specialist, the Octopus Jonathan Gresham, and his partner is the former longest reigning 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion, and he is indeed the franchise. And if you know his music, you know who I'm talking about. He is Jay Lethal. Now, this one could definitely be a contenders matchup for the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles, with Brodie King and PCO being the former Ring of Honor Tag Team champs and currently 2/3 of the 6-Man Tag Team champions. This one's going to be really good. Now, starting off with Brodie King and PCO, Brodie King is coming off attacking PCO during the #1 contenders tournament final at Glory by Honor to Marty Scurll. So we don't know if Brodie King is still, still buddy-buddy with PCO. Then said he had PCO coming off his victory in that #1 contenders tournament, and he is now the #1 contender for the Ring of Honor World Championship at Final Battle in December. So PCO will definitely be watching the main event between Rush and Jeff Cobb later tonight. There is you have the team of Jonathan Gresham and Jay Lethal, and once again, Ring of Honor continues to push this tag team like they're going to be the Ring of Honor Tag Team champs. I'm just going to say this right now. Ring of Honor, get this through your thick fucking skull. Jonathan Gresham is better as a single star. Yes, this tag team is fantastic, Gresham and Lethal. But how many opportunities have they had? I mean, they've had some big victories, yes. But the fact is, Jonathan Gresham he's past his teacher Jay Lethal. He beat Jay Lethal at Death Before Dishonor via tap out. And Ring of Honor, in their idiotic mind, had him lose to Alex Shelley, which lost all of his momentum after that big win, his biggest win of his career. And the fact that Ring of Honor continues to push this tag team down our throats like they're going to win the Ring of Honor tag team titles is ridiculous. And I'm praying to God Gresham finally just says enough is enough. I'm a singles wrestler, I'm a submission specialist, and I don't need to be dealing with some tag team bullshit. So coming from me in this tag team showdown, that could be a contenders matchup for the Ring of Honor tag team titles. This one's tricky. But I'm going to go with Villain Enterprises, the team of Brodie King and PCO, to defeat this all-star team of Jonathan Gresham and Jay Lethal by any means. And now the next matchup. It is a one-on-one showdown on one side. First, he is representing and he is one of my favorite members in that group. He is Overkill, Mark Haskins. And his opponent is the leader of the kingdom, and he is the former and one of my favorite Ring of Honor World Champions in 2019. And if you know his music, you know who I'm talking about, you Melvins. He's Matt Taven. Now, this is only the second one-on-one meeting between Overkill Mark Haskins and Matt Taven. They last met this year in May at War of the Worlds in Grand Rapids for the Ring of Honor World Championship, in which Matt Taven defeated Overkill Mark Haskins with a lot of help. So this is the much anticipated rematch. Now, starting off with Overkill Mark Haskins first, this is his chance to redeem himself. He was on the cusp of winning the Ring of Honor World title back in May in Grand Rapids at War of the Worlds, and with a lot of interference involved, he was denied his shot at the Ring of Honor World title. So you know Haskins is looking to get revenge against the former Ring of Honor World Champion. But he also has to keep this in mind. Bully Ray could be anywhere around this in that building. And if he brings his wife along with Vicky Haskins, you know Bully and a woman and a table go hand in hand. So Mark Haskins better keep his head on a swivel and get to this matchup and not think about Bully Ray. There is how you have Matt Taven looking to continue his road back to the Ring of Honor World Championship. And honestly, he deserves a shot at that belt before the end of the year. And hopefully he'll get it at Final Battle. Because yes, PCO did win the tournament, but Matt Taven is the former Ring of Honor World Champion and he deserves a rematch. He signed to Ring of Honor. He's here. That whole contract dispute is over. He is here full time. And now it's time to take that belt off of Rouge and put it back on the man who a lot of people would say was the fightingest Ring of Honor World Champion ever. And in my opinion, he was the best. Either whether you like them or not, he put that belt on a pedestal. He put it up on the line every night on every Honor Club show in 2019. You cannot fault him on that. But the road starts the road continues for Matt Taven right here and now, and he's looking to beat Haskins once and for all. So coming from me in this one-on-one showdown, it's the climax and just the tip versus that amazing sharpshooter Ben from Mark Haskins. He's got easily the best sharpshooter in wrestling right now. No offense to Brett or Natalia, but the way he arches his back with that sharpshooter is just amazing. And he's already beaten three former world champions. He's beaten Castle, Skrull, and Lethal. So Haskins is looking to add Taven to that list. But coming from me, I'm going to go with the former Ring of Honor World Champion, my man Matt Taven, to get it done and defeat Overkill Mark Haskins by any mean. Thy kingdom come. And now the next matchup. It is a very intriguing tag team matchup. On one side, first, he is representing the cutthroat era of Bullet Club. And he is the big man Hikuleo, and his partner is a former two-time Ring of Honor World Television Champion, and a former Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion. He'll be accompanied by the beautiful Amy Rose. He is Kenny King. And their opponents are the reigning and unprecedented 11-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, the best tag team in Ring of Honor's history, and they have been there since day one. And if you know their music, you know who I'm talking about. It's time to reach for the sky, boy. They are J. Mark the Briscoes. Now, this one's going to be very intriguing because I like this team of Hikuleo and Kenny King. Now, with Hikuleo being being relatives to the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, the Gorillas of Destiny, he knows about tag team wrestling, and the fact that Hikuleo is tag teaming with a former television champion and Kenny King can teach him a little bit of how to break the rules by any means necessary, even though he is part of the Switchblade era of Bullet Club. But this tag team pairing is very intriguing to me. There is the idea of the Briscoes coming in. This could be a tag team title matchup if we think about it, and a chance to show that the Briscoes are the best tag team in Ring of Honor's history. I mean, they have taken on all comers from the Rock and Roll Express, from PJ and Luke Hawx, from Fletcher and Kidd if they were defending the titles in Newport. They have taken on all comers in Ring of Honor, and really, I kind of think Ring of Honor is trying to tease Gresham and Lethal challenging the Briscoes at Final Battle, which I'm really hoping that it could happen and it can finally end this dream tag team championship that Lethal wants so badly, so he can be be the third man in Ring of Honor's history to win the Grand Slam. So coming from me in this intriguing tag team showdown, I'm going to go with Jay and Mark the Briscoes to defeat the team of Hikuleo and Kenny King by any means. And now the main event. It is for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Starting off with the challenger. He is the former Ring of Honor Television Champion. He is a former IWGP Never Openweight Champion. He is a former PWG Heavyweight Champion, a winner of the Battle of Los Angeles tournament, and he's looking to finally become the Ring of Honor World Champion. He is the Hawaiian Juggernaut himself, Jeff Cobb. And Jeff Cobb is challenging the reigning and defending and the first ever Mexican-born Ring of Honor World Champion, and he is also coming in undefeated. He is El Toro Blanco Rush. Now, you talk about a main event matchup. This is it. Jeff Cobb versus Rush for the Ring of Honor World title. This one's going to be an absolute banger. Now, starting off with Jeff Cobb first, he earned this opportunity at the Ring of Honor World title by winning Defy or Deny 2 a couple months ago. So he has earned this opportunity, and this is his second shot at the Ring of Honor World Championship. His last shot was all the way back in June at Best in the World in Baltimore against then Ring of Honor World Champion Matt Taven. He did not win because he was going into his first G1 Climax tournament. So usually when a no Ring of Honor champion has ever been in the G1 Climax tournament. So he was going to lose either way, but the way he lost very cleanly. Matt Taven didn't cheat to beat him. He beat him cleanly with the climax. But this is Jeff Cobb's second opportunity. And honestly, this may be his last chance. Because if I was Jeff Cobb, I would definitely get out of Ring of Honor. Because really, if you don't win the title here, what are you going to be doing in Ring of Honor for going into 2020? If Jeff Cobb is smart, he will sign with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because he's a much bigger star there than he is in Ring of Honor. But this is a big opportunity for the Hawaiian Juggernaut. There is how you have Rush looking to continue his reign as the first ever Mexican-born Ring of Honor World Champion with another successful title defense here. We last saw Rush defend a title against Silas Young at Glory by Honor in New Orleans, and he definitely got it done as he's always. I mean, he's coming in undefeated. He's 17-0 in one-on-one matches in Ring of Honor, and he's been undefeated since December of last year. And Rush is looking to show that Jeff Cobb is no pase nada. He's nothing. He's just an afterthought in Rush's world title reign. So coming from me, in this main event matchup for the Ring of Honor World Championship, it's the Tour of the Islands versus the Bull's Horns. And if Jeff Cobb is smart, you would keep Rush in the ring. If you go outside the ring, that is Rush territory. Being a part of Los Ingobernables, he thrives outside of the ring. So if Jeff Cobb is smart, you will wrestle him in the ring and put him down. But coming from me, as much as I love Jeff Cobb, because he's the Hawaiian Juggernaut, but I'm going to go with the undefeated El Toro Blanco Rush to retain the Ring of Honor World Championship by any means and defeat the Hawaiian Juggernaut Jeff Cobb. And those are my Honor United Bolton 2019 predictions. Now, I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below, who do you have winning all these matchups on this card? Who do you have winning between Jeff Cobb, and Rush for the Ring of Honor World title? Who do you have winning between Silas Young and Joe Hendry? Who do you have winning between Kenny King and Hikuleo versus the Briscoes? Who do you have winning between Haskins and Taven? Let me know in the comment section below all your picks and your opinions. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on the zero comment. Like it and, of course, reply right back because comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching all of my videos I put up on the channel this week again. Thank you guys so very much. And I wanted to let you guys know that there will be no Ring of Honor pay-per-view predictions on the channel in the month of November. I'm going to take a full month off, being I've been doing Ring of Honor predictions all the way from all the way in the beginning of the year. So the next time you'll be seeing Ring of Honor pay-per-view predictions on the channel will be in December for Final Battle. I just wanted to let you guys know that. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with friends, of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button, become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance, and I will see you guys next week for 3 big videos. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Later days, and peace.